All right, glad to have you back. You're still with us in Business Nigeria. In business sustainability, sustainability is a necessity. It's very important to think about sustainability in your journey of successful business. In fact, a business is only considered successful if it's sustainable. But while many organizations have sustainability goals on paper, true transformation begins with leadership. Leaders hold the unique ability to inspire, influence, and guide companies towards practices that benefit not only their bottom line, but also the environment and society at large. Leadership isn't just about decision making, it's about setting the tone, creating accountability, and driving innovation. Research shows that companies with strong sustainability initiatives perform better financially. Mr. AbdulSabur Oloko is a business analyst. He joins me live from the United Kingdom to make sense of this conversation. Good afternoon, Mr. Oloko. It's good to have you join the program.
I'm glad to be. I'm excited to actually speak about this topic. Thanks for having me today.
Indeed. Let's start the conversation very quickly. How does continuous improvement drive success in business transformation?
I'm glad you asked that topic. You asked about that. So this is very nice. You agree with me that establishments that have a long-term perspective on their sustainability would have undergone one form of business transformation or another. So in a layman language, business transformation is just about an establishment looking at the future desired state and then their current state, looking at the factors that can influence it, such as the economical, the political landscape, the social, the technological factors, and how these factors can affect them and how they can actually help them. Then using the requirement gathering process, they find out these activities that can help them achieve their future desired state. And if you look at continuous improvement on the other hand, continuous improvement just simply means a incremental process, incremental step which company takes to achieve their long-term vision. And I can tell you, Tolu, that continuous improvement initiatives actually adds value to business transformation. Just give me a minute to explain. Are you still with me, Tolu?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah. So, okay, so I can tell you that with continuous improvement, it actually helps businesses improve their efficiency and productivity. What this means is that it eliminates inefficiencies in workflows and processes and reduces waste. Tolu, I can tell you what I mean by waste here. I'm not talking about the Loma waste or Keep Lagos Clean. I'm talking about waste whereby it's any activities that does not add value to the process. And also you can talk about these repetitive activities. Continuous improvement tries to automate those activities in such a way that it frees up employees to focus on higher value tasks. And also by this improvement helps reduce costs, improves delivery time, and optimize supply chain. I can tell you there's a Nigerian company that is known for continuously refining production processes, and that is the Dangote Cement. If you remember a couple of years back, Dangote was trading at the Nigerian stock exchange at about, say, 50 to 100 naira per share, right? But right now, as at the close of yesterday, Dangote was trading at a shy of just 400 naira per share, which is approximately 4 times the value it was trading a couple of years back. And this can be attributed to the continuous refining of their procedures. And another thing I can tell you that continuous improvement initiatives actually helps business to respond quickly to market changes. In this economic factor that I find ourselves in, which the late Peter Drucker explained as accelerated change, overwhelming complexities, and tremendous competition. If you as a business do not respond quickly to market changes, I can tell you, you'll be gone. There was this company there was this establishment in the UK called the Arcadia Group. During the pandemic situation, they could not respond quickly to the market change. At the moment now, they are filed for bankruptcy. This is just to tell you that if you are not willing to adapt to change quickly, honestly, somebody else is going to take your spots. So companies in Nigeria that I know of that are actually continuously innovating their digital business platform, I can tell you for sure, this is GT and Access Bank. They understand that the fintech disruptors are here, and there's nothing they can do about it. Fintech disruptors like TradeLender, Flutterwave, and the rest, those are people that are serving their own bank. And these people, this GT Bank, they know they don't want these fintech disruptors to take their space. So at the moment, they have been continuously innovating with their digital platforms, and this now is making them compete head to head with these fintech disruptors. Another thing I'll tell you, Tolu, is that continuous improvement, initiatives actually helps with strengthening the customer satisfaction. So, something I can tell you about customer satisfaction is okay, what is the whole idea of trying to improve the process in the first place? Is to make sure that the customers are actually satisfied. If you can improve their customer experience, you can improve your product. I can tell you, you have yourself a brand ambassador. Okay, for example, say there's a customer that comes to your place of business or service, he or she values, enjoys the experience, and likes the product. I can tell you, after that, he or she would go to their colleague, their friend, their family, and tell, hey, I just saw this. In fact, they can even go to TikTok and go and create a video and say, yeah, there's this product I saw. There's this experience I had with this particular company. You should check it out. It's nice. And with that, you perhaps have gotten yourself a brand ambassador. And the thing I know about brand ambassadors is, I know about brand value is that once you have a brand value, you can actually improve your shareholder, what's it called, shareholder value. And companies that I know that have actually done this, that refined their logistics and payment system to improve the customer experience, Tolu, it is Jumia and Konga. I can tell you, the Jumia and Konga of 2018 is not the same Jumia and Konga now in 2025, Tolu. Do you want me to continue?
Yeah, interesting stuff. No, it's a good way to start this conversation, though we are finding it a bit difficult to get your video, but your audio is quite clear. We don't know why we're having that challenge. I think it's from your end. You could check it from your end. But what are the key strategies to build a culture of continuous improvement?
The culture is something that it's long term. If we are talking about culture, we have to look at the long term perspective of it. So first things first, if we don't have leadership commitment to anything, to a continuous improvement initiative, I can tell you that initiative is gone. It's a goner. I can tell you that. So the first thing we have to understand is leadership has to commit. It's not just say they want to show up. They have to commit day in, day out by allocating resources to support this innovation, by ensuring there's problem-solving initiatives, by also championing this improvement with themselves. Another one is, I can tell you, Tolu, is that you can also engage employees. Employee engagement is very vital, because these employees are the ones that actually work with this process themselves. They can actually propose inefficiencies, and they can identify inefficiencies and propose solutions to it. So what another way of this culture which continuous improvement can be improved on is ensure that we provide trainings for these employees. Trainings in problem-solving methodologies like Lean Six Sigma, Kaizen approach, and the rest like that. It's very, very good, because when employees understand the reason why they are taking some action, it's easier for them to just continue with that. Another thing I would also talk about is creating a feedback, a feedback mechanism. In an agile methodology, it actually enables us to receive feedback from both customers and and employees faster. And when you fail, it gives you the opportunity to fail fast. Once you fail fast, you can either pivot or go to the next thing that works. This actually, I believe, helps to create that culture of continuous improvement. One other thing I can tell you, Tolu, is how to leverage data on technology, data and technology. As you can see here and there, they're talking about the rise of AI, things like that. So if technology actually helps, automate repetitive tasks that can actually help with that. Do you think I should continue to? Am I taking too much of your time?
No, you're not. I'm hearing you loud and clear. And what role does leadership play in fostering continuous improvement in an organization?
That's another thing that I need to answer. The leaders, they actually set the vision for this for this initiative, and if this vision are not aligning with their long-term sustainability, then I can tell you that there is no continuous improvement. There's nothing to be done. So the first thing they do is they have to set strategic vision, which is actually going to be sustainable on the long term for their business. Another thing leadership does is to lead by example. There was this project I worked on recently, a few months back. This was where the leadership in that particular project were actually committed. They were leading by example. They were even part of those people that were actively engaged with the training of the Lean Six Sigma with employees. In that they were the ones that were championing the continuous improvement, and I can tell you to that project was a success. And another thing that leadership does is by empowering their employees and encouraging their participation, which I've just mentioned a bit now. They actually provide resources and allocate them properly to the requirement, and you can see this is very beautiful.
So now, how do we now measure the success of continuous improvement efforts? If we are to do that,
Tolu, see, when you talk about what's it called, measuring the success, Tolu, there are quite a lot of key parameters that can be used to measure this.
Please
success.
take your time to highlight that for us.
Okay, well, the one that comes to mind is the established key performance index. There was recently a project I worked on, and it was just about cost reduction. Why cost reduction? You know, the high cost of living in the UK, the high gas price, the winter for land and things like that. The cost of the what's it called? The company just wants to reduce cost reduction by 25%, which is just one of the key parameters, you know, the key performance index. Another metrics that we can talk about is customer satisfaction. If your customer is not satisfied, how would you know if you cannot measure their experience? So one way to do that is to adopt the customer satisfaction score, which actually helps measure their experience from the previous time they were in to the recent time. At that time, we can actually juxtapose to see, okay, there's an improvement here, there's a decline here, and that has actually helped in one way or the other. The other I would like to talk about is the financial metrics. Tolu, this is SMA, go bring my money, I want to collect my money at this point, Tolu. Well, when it comes to financial metrics, you have to look at the revenue growth. How much percentage are we trying to improve on this revenue? Are we trying to increase the revenue by 35%? Or are we trying to, another one to talk about is return on investment. As an investor, as the management, the management is also always look at, if I put in £100,000 on this particular continuous initiative, how much will I get in the first quarter, in the second quarter, and the third quarter? When will I get my money back? On that, and that is how we measure some of the continuous improvement metrics.
Oh, well, what are the now challenges that arise in implementing continuous improvements, and how can we practically resolve them?
Challenges is normal. Yeah, they say there's this thing that they say problem no they finish. That's just something you have to look at. So number one thing I can tell you is there's the resistance to change. It's just the number one challenge you can actually face. The resistance to change from stakeholders. The stakeholders could be the employee, the management, everybody, customer. So for example, the stakeholders that are talking about, probably they feel there's threat to their jobs. So there's lack of trust you get. So one of the things we can do first of all is to get the stakeholders buy-in by communicating the benefits. We explain to them that this initiative that we are trying to bring in is not just to get you out of your jobs, is to actually ensure that you do your jobs in a more efficient and better way. In doing that, in communicating the benefits to them, we actually involve them early on in the process. We also provide training to them, and we recognize their actions. Excuse me. Then also, another challenge is when the leadership is not committed. If you remember earlier on, I spoke to you about the leadership commitment. If the leadership is not commitment, we are going to struggle, because the leadership would need to participate with the employee. We would have to provide the resources that is required to actually ensure that this continuous improvement initiative becomes a success. One example that I can tell you is Flutterwave. Flutterwave is thriving right now because the leadership is consistently pushing for innovation and improvement among its employees. And I can tell you and I know that Flutterwave is making waves in the fintech disruptor, as a fintech disruptor in Nigeria. And another challenge I can tell you that actually affects the continuous improvement initiative is that the short-term mindset and the lack of patience. Everybody wants to get things like immediately, like I want to get it now, I want to get it now. But we have to set my own opinion. No? The way in which we set realistic expectations to ensure that this continuous improvement that we are going to is not now. Rome was not built in a day, Tolu. We take mental strategic process to actually get to where we want to be. Tolu, I hope I'm not taking too much of your time.
No, you're not. You're not. So in your thoughts now, basically or generally, moving on in 2025, what are your prospects for businesses that, of course, take advantage of transformation and development, in tune with development of this time, digital technology, AIs and all of that? What's your outlook for them?
Well, if business could actually take advantage of the current landscape, I can tell you, Tolu, they would actually be able to improve their customer experiences in a very fantastic way. They'll be able to increase their profitability. They'll be able to add value to their shareholders. In fact, they'll be smiling to the bank. They'll be calling the bank that Mr. Banker, please come and give me my money. You get that kind of something. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that's it. If business can actually take advantage of AI technologies, take advantage of the current economic landscape and position strategically, not just trying to get an immediate benefit. Take advantage and look at take a long term perspective of things. I can tell you to lose.
Mr. Oloko, are you there? Mr. Oloko, are you there? All right, then I must thank you so very much for your time. Despite the challenges, we're able to make sense of our conversation. If you're there, Mr. AbdulSabur Oloko, he is a business analyst. He joined us from the United Kingdom to look at the power of continuous improvement in business transformation. Mr. Oloko, do enjoy the rest of your day. We thank you so very much for your time.